to the warnings that everyone ignored. When Steve Jobs came out and said, I will never give my children an iPad, you should never give your children an iPad, they will mess them up more than anything you know. When he physically said that, do not give your children an iPad, I chose to believe that a little bit. When Microsoft's executive, Pierre Laurent, then followed that up by saying, there is a war for the eyeballs of children and no one has done a long-term study into the impact of brains that these things are going to have, don't give them to your kids. Like right from the off, the red flag was there for me. This wasn't Jordan with his schizo thoughts. This was me looking at the execs of Microsoft and Apple. Like one of them said he would willingly take hand-to-hand combat than give his child an iPad. These people in Silicon Valley put their children in an entire different education system. Steiner Waldorf education, where there's no electronic devices until 12. Because the brain physically cannot comprehend this amount of flashing lights and dopamine. Like it can't. And then people say, oh yeah, but your kids are going to be less good on technology. No, they're not. Because the rate of technological development right now is so quick that iPads are irrelevant in 12 years anyway. The children that are being given iPads and children that are getting aggressive and sulking when their iPad's being taken off them, I think that's going to manifest as some very dark stuff when they're an adult.
I was lucky enough to get an education from Paul Chek, and he talked about Steiner extensively and brain development. I researched that, took my children in for an interview. My son Troy was in public school at the time, and he resonated with Waldorf like that. He started going to Waldorf at kindergarten, and my daughter also went through it. Most of those brain development years, the mind is myelinating 0 to 7, so your nervous system's being entrained. And we did the best we could to keep them off devices for the most part. And then when we got to Waldorf, that was the curriculum and template for the whole school. And I will tell you now that my children are 15 and 18, and it paid off considerably. And they have the experience where their brain developed, the imagination centers of the brain developed, and they didn't have stress with too much testing in public school, etc. My children are balanced, attentive, intelligent. They know how to use their imagination, their problem-solving skills. My son sees the effect of what this technology and devices are doing to the consciousness of his fellow student body. If you'd like a better reference of what's going on with these devices and dumbing down humanity, I recommend you watch Idiocracy, a 2006 documentary that was made by Mike Judge, and have a great day.
Now you have heard it. That you want your child to be tech savvy, you want to be Steve Jobs of the next generation, or to be Mark Zuckerberg, or to be Elon Musk. They don't need to have access to phones and laptops and tablets before a certain age. I am good in computer science, cyber security. When it comes to computer, I'm quite good in it. But I had my first access to computer at the age of 20. And still, I'm able to do what I do. I build apps, I do cyber security, I build web apps, I build sites, and so on. I'm very good in AI. AI is a new thing, and I've learned it and I know how to do it. So it's up to you as a father, it's up to you as a mother to decide which route you want your children to go. Being a screen zombie doesn't make you a smart screen person. Take care. Be a good parent. Be watchful of what you feed your children. Have a nice day.